So let me start by asking you a question. Why do you want to change your job? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Ready? Let's go. Hi, this is Diana. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, you've come to the right place. Here we talk about all the skills that will help you to improve your relationship with your boss, your colleagues, make you a better employee and a better person. So some of you might think that money is the most important consideration when you think about changing your job, but you'll be surprised to know that in a lot of cases it isn't really the most important thing. Sure, everybody would like to get paid more for what they're doing, but that shouldn't be your primary consideration when you decide whether or not to change jobs. So let's talk about what we should be considering. The first sign that it might be time to change your job is that you hate going to work in the morning. When you wake up, you are faced with a sense of dread. You feel like, oh my God, I don't think I can make it through this day. You could be feeling that way about your work, the type of work you do, about your job, about your colleagues, or just about your workplace in general, where you feel that you don't really fit into that environment. The second reason why you might want to change your job is because you feel that you've outgrown it, that you've learned all there was to learn. No matter how much you wish to grow now, there's just no place for you to grow, and the only way to grow anymore is to go out. Another sign may be that there's nothing new to learn. You've learned everything that there is to know about your job, and if there's no place to grow and no place to learn anything more that you can put to good use, then it might be time to change your job. Learning should be continuous throughout your life, and if at any point you stop learning or you feel that anything that you've learned there is no place to apply it, then you're in the wrong place. Similar to that is the feeling that you're bored all the time and that there are no new challenges presenting themselves to you. Everything is very predictable, very mundane, and you have everything figured out. There are no new challenges which are exciting you and which are making you use all your talent, all your abilities, all your problem solving skills. And this can feel like you're stuck in quicksand, and so the better way is to just get out of it. Another sign is that you're not paid enough for your job. Now, from time to time, everybody feels that they might be underpaid for what they're doing, and you have a lot of opportunity to remedy that when you have your annual appraisals or your discussions with your boss or with HR, and you can usually justify why you need to get paid more. And if your company feels that your justification is valid or that they have been underpaying you for the job that you're doing, then you will definitely get a salary rise. But in many cases, it just feels like you're lagging behind and your peers in other companies in the same industry are getting paid much more than you, but you just never seem to catch up. So always remember that compensation equals contribution, and so if you're contributing a lot and not getting compensated for it, despite all your efforts to correct the situation, then it might be time for you to change job. Besides being underpaid, you always feel underappreciated, like you are throwing in mud and filling up a hole that never gets full, and nothing that you ever do in your job is good enough. There is always something that you didn't do, something that you didn't do well enough, or something that is just falling short of their expectations always. This cannot be the case. This is a sign of a toxic work environment where you're not being appreciated and you're only being made to feel that you're not good enough and what you're doing is not good enough. And this environment, if it is pervasive, if it exists in the organization as a whole and everybody's feeling like that and there's no way of changing it, then it's time that you change your job. Another big sign that you need to change your job is that if your work culture is very demanding and as a result of this your health is suffering. This can manifest itself in the form of stress and also other immunity problems, sleeplessness. You could also be facing mental health issues, and your relationships with your close friends and family and loved ones are also suffering. If you feel that you don't have enough time to spend with the people that you love the most, and if you feel like your work has taken over your entire life and left you with no time for anything else, that is a very bad sign. You need to reassess how much of time you're putting into your work, how you're letting it affect your health, and if you see no way out, you need to find a job that is less stressful and better for your health. If you feel that you have no social or personal life left, if you're bringing your work home every day, or if you find yourself traveling for most days of the month, and that's not what your job description was, you're going over and above what you signed up for, then you're being shortchanged. You need to reassess your situation and if necessary, move on to a job that is more aligned with your personal and professional goals. If you've developed a toxic or negative attitude towards your work or your boss or your colleagues, if you find yourself feeling angry and resentful when you have to go to work, and you're in a bad mood and you just feel like you've lost control, everything has taken over your life, that means that your job is not the right one for you. You're in way over your head and it's time to change that. The last thing I'd like to say is that sometimes you just know, you have that feeling from inside and it builds up day by day gradually, where you know that you can no longer work in this organization because it's just not aligned with your personal vision or goals for your life. Or you might feel that you are not aligned with your company's mission. So if you have noticed either one or many of these signs, it might be time for you to sit down and reassess whether you have a long career ahead of you in this company or whether it will serve you better to move on to something better. So of course, I don't suggest quitting on a whim. Ensure that you have an exit plan. You've been for interviews, you have another job lined up before you decide to quit. Also ensure that you don't quit when there's something serious going on in your personal life, like a big move or a family member's illness or things like that which are stressful, because that will put undue stress and pressure on you from both sides, and that's the last thing you want. So keep all these things in mind, but don't ignore the signs that your job is no longer serving you and it's time for you to find a better job for yourself. There's something good out there for everyone. You just need to open your eyes and look, move on, and build a better life for yourself. I hope this video helps you to examine whether it's time for you to move on from your present job and find something new and exciting to look forward to. So that was my video for today. If you liked it, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to have you as a subscriber on my channel. I'll be back soon with more valuable videos like this. I'll see you then. Bye.